At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Now I don't have to question where you were last night, 'cause I already know what you will say. I already know you lie, but I can't be mad at ya, 'cause there's something that just don't know. 'Cause when you're gone, I do my own thing, and I catch a bone while you're dogging me.
When you're out in the club, don't think I'm not. Even when you're out making love, don't think I'm not. When you're feeling good in somebody's spot, getting hot, don't stop. Just don't think I'm not, 'cause I'm out getting mine. When you're out in the club, don't think I'm not. Even when you're out making love, don't think I'm not. Even when you're feeling good in somebody's spot, getting hot, don't stop. Just don't think I'm not, 'cause I'm out getting mine.
Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha. Whoa ha 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 ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha. Oh ha 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 ha, oh ha, oh ha ha ha, oh ha 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 ha,
oh ha ha, oh ha ha, oh ha 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 ha, oh ha 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 ha, oh ha ha, oh ha, oh ha ha ha, oh ha ha, oh ha ha. It was the busiest wahaha ever, nigga. Shit.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. Is Jaden XD.
Oh, hello.
I am your host, XD, aka Chow.
That's real this week. I'm Jade, your other host, aka Judy Justin Hooker.
So I look like a Judy Justin Hooker.
So I look like a Judy Justin Hooker.
That's right. You'll never be glamour.
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
What's going on,
well,
Negro?
You know, same shit. Mercury is retrograding her ass off.
Woo! Baby, mango lemonading. I just,
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Mango lemonading, mango Moscatoing. Shout out to Earl Stevens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, tell me about this, because, you know, I actually learned about it from y'all. So you can figure that out. What's happening? You guys are like drinking alcoholic soda, or what's going on?
Well, I'm not, because you know.
Oh yeah, you're not partaking.
I'm not partaking. However, you know, the Yay area has been introduced to a series of wines.
Yeah.
Called
DK.
Earl Stevens by legendary Bay Area rapper by way of Kansas City, Missouri, E40.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is 18% alcohol in each
so I
wine
read.
bottle.
Thank you, Carrie.
Yeah. Yes, and also according to Carrie, he need his ass beat for putting that much alcohol in some damn wine.
Or does Carrie need his ass beat for purchasing a mango Moscato? What came first, the chicken or the egg, nigga? I don't know.
I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to, because listen, mixed Moscato, the coconut one.
No.
Maybe, I don't know. I was at Michael Arsenault's house, and he was
also
like,
on brand.
I know. And he was like, ooh, bitch, try this. So I had it. I was like, tasty. We had wings and mixed Moscato.
Yeah, that sounds like a headache.
And boudin with saltines.
Ooh, boudin. Oh, nigga, I want some boudin so bad. Let me get online and order some, because I'm going to make some boudin balls with a remoulade.
That sounds delish.
Yeah, it is. It's quite delish. But anyway, how
was your week?
It was a week. That's it. Well, that was yours.
It was a week.
Yeah.
A very, very long week. But, in the words of Degrassi, whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. You know what I mean? That was a word.
Let me tell you about that. That show was... Okay, listen, I know we're not supposed to call kids fast.
Problematico. Okay.
I know we ain't supposed to, but y'all niggas was fast.
Yeah.
It was out here just doing everything. Everything.
Doing it out in Canada.
Just doing it, sucking dick, taking drugs, getting shot.
You made me do this. What you say? Oh, that you.
They was, honey. They have lived.
I was grown, and I had a nigga come to me. He was like, "Bitch, you ever watch the show called Degrassi?" I said, "The shit from the '80s, nigga." He said, "No." He goes, "Come on, watch this shit." I said, "Well, these kids are messy. You just put me onto Canadian 90210."
Yeah.
And I was...
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I was fascinatingly intrigued, but at some point, the adult in me was like, I can't watch this shit no more.
That's why I can't watch Grownish.
Oh, no, I can't watch Grownish.
And it's like, it's like I support.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I am all for it. The episodes that I did see, I was like, I see how this is a great show for people who are younger
for
than
a demographic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For the ones who are making fun of us.
This is a different world. Yeah.
Yeah. Those. The fluid generation.
The fluid generation.
Yeah.
Yes, Generation FL, okay?
I love that action. That
fluid ounces.
I fucking hate you. They hate us. They're like, look, everything is your fault. I'm like, but bitch, I'm... What?
Right, I'm with you.
Right? I'm like, bitch, I babysat you. I can only do so much.
Right.
Harm to this
we
world.
In this struggle together.
But I seen on Twitter the other day, the millennials and the Gen Zs were fighting. And somebody was like, millennials, because technically that's what we are.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we more like millennials, like somewhere in that, at the end of X.
I have nothing in common with no nigga born in 1997.
I didn't say not Generation Z, Generation X. Gen X.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
We're more of that.
Yes.
More of that.
Okay.
We're like zillennials. But.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Somebody was like, bitch, you're 35. Why are you worried about what somebody 17 thinks about your genes?
Yeah.
And I was like, valid. Why do you care about what these little niggas think?
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Like we, I guess I'm getting to the get off my lawn age. Because,
yeah.
The Siggy-O plays, NBA 2K.
Yeah.
Because all niggas, regard gay, straight, bi, or tie, they like to live out their hoop fantasies,
cool.
right? So the music that is in there is hot, but it's also like I can't. Like, young niggas, they speak in, like, emojis.
Nigga! Oh, my God. Okay? Wait a minute. I was at my... my little cousin was playing some shit.
Did you move the microphone?
I did, yes. I got too comfortable.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, nigga, let me tell you.
Yeah.
My little cousin was playing some shit. She put the speaker on, and my aunt let her be in charge of what was going on. It's like, and it's like some sort of monotone, monotonous shit in the background. And I was like, where are the drugs? And then these little niggas are like hole punching their foreheads with jewels. They want to be trolls. Because somebody was like, he wants to be Steven Universe. I said, I don't know nothing about that, but I know what a troll is, and I feel like that's what he wants to be.
Oh, that's exactly it.
But I'm just not, I can't understand anything they say. All my friends are dead. And I can't with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the chicken nugget generation. You know what I mean? Like,
You see? It's people who was conceived off lean cuisines.
Exactly. The product of the baby fat jacket.
Right.
Like, the baby fat
Your mama
jacket
ate some
diaspora.
Snackwells and thought she was healthy.
Okay. Well, like, I was just like, I cannot. I was like, what is this? Also, we need to have an honest discussion about international rap.
Oh no! I'm not. Oh no! I'm not doing it.
We just need to have a pure and frank discussion about non-American rap.
No, don't do it. You're gonna get us canceled in 17 countries. Somebody's gonna come through and be like, and what's wrong with Israeli rap? I've got bars.
The shade is some of the rap I'm talking about, we don't even air in the same country, so it's cool.
Oh my gosh. I know, we banned it a few of them. Woo, that takes me, when I took me down when I learned that. They were like, you are banned in.
Girl, got banned in Canada.
Bitch. How you banned in Canada? The nicest place on earth.
Right.
Ooh, shit.
The whole country is fucking, it's a small world. You know
yeah, and they were like, we don't want your dark-hearted asses in here either at all. Just stay over there.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, gosh.
But we should have an honest discussion about international
Okay, Fred,
rap.
you go, because you just going to do this.
No, I'm not going to facilitate it just today.
Okay.
Or not behind a paywall. So, you know
goodness.
what I mean? Yeah.
Now, we can have a reaction video on Patreon to international rap.
Well, that was a YouTube video I was going to do anyway. But you can come along to do it. It's great.
I'll come along on the XD experience.
Okay. Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah, butterfly in the sky, nigga. So,
what do we...
What?
Do we have any announcements this week?
I do actually have an announcement this week.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, besides the fact that Patreon is officially back this week, I know we have not done an Artist of the Week in years. New Artist of the Week. But I just wanted to go ahead and just bring that right on back for a very special edition. Because if you have been on my social media, you have seen me flood your stories with Mary Akpa's Ahurum Ginaya, which is I Love You in Igbo. And Noah and I, ASAP Noah, we got to be a part of Mary's beautiful, beautiful video where she explains to the masses what Ahurum Ginaya really means and how she wants to apply that to self-love. I'm not even just saying it because she is the sis. I'm saying it because the song just resonates. It is beautiful. It is intentional. You can hear from her background vocals to the harmonies to all live instruments. It doesn't even sound like it's live instrument. That's how fucking seamless it is, nigga. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song please go to Mary's page at Mary Akpa, AKPA. We will have the information in the description box.
Tell her she has to say it with love. She can't say, Ahurum Gnaya.
Ahurum Ginaya.
Ahurum Ginaya.
That was perfect. Do you know what it means?
I do.
It means I love you, actually, in Igbo, which is my native Nigerian language. But
go check out the video where she's explaining it. Go stream the song on Spotify. And yeah, we just wanted to shout out Mary for Ahurum Ginaya, one of the most beautiful songs I've heard released this year, like, period.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I absolutely love the song. So I'm so proud of her.
Yes. Get it on anywhere. It's streaming everywhere.
Yeah, streaming everywhere. But, you know, you can only listen to this on Spotify, so stream it on Spotify.
Yeah, stream on Spotify. I forget we're only on Spotify sometimes.
I know. Oh, wait. I know. No, we love Spotify. We know. It's just like when you move and you be at a new school and you're like, the new school is cool. Like, I actually do like it way more than I thought I would. But I just, I miss my old school sometimes.
Yeah, and it's more so like out of just habit. You know what I mean? Because I was telling somebody, I didn't even tell you the story. Okay, so 2 stories I have to tell you.
Okay.
So I had to tell my grandmother what I do for a living. So
what did my homegirl say? Because I know she,
Well, first of all, her birthday is on the 23rd. Miss Jolinda, she turned 90.
Ooh!
Yeah. So she, I'm trying to do this thing where I FaceTime them more, just because I can't really go up there and,
Absolutely.
And so I FaceTimed her, and so she was like, what is she doing? She was like, are you at home working? And we had actually just finished. And so she was like, she was telling me about my other cousin. Hey, she working at a job. I know how it is. And she was like, you never told me what you do. She was like, are you still working with the kids? Mind you, I've had that. That was thousands of years ago.
But listen, Mama's 90. Let her live.
Yeah. So my mother doesn't really know what I do. Like, now she does. But even when I was working full time, she was like, "Who? I still don't get it."
Even my mom sometimes too. She'd be like, I remember one time, people was wilding at the hospital in New Orleans, and my mom goes, call your media friends and tell them that at this hospital they are black. And I said, girl, what are you? What do you think is happening over here? She's like, I don't know. I don't listen to that filth. I just know that you. That's what she calls this.
The filth.
Filth.
Yeah, my mother does not. No.
Oh, good. I hope
she
not.
supports it.
My mother
She's
too.
just like, I cannot listen.
She's like, can you give me tickets to The View? No, I cannot. I do not have. No, I cannot at all, actually.
Anytime we had got something free, do you get free stuff? I hadn't even mentioned anything. She was like, well, do you get free stuff from being with Ma?
What? Right.
But I had, so she had made a joke. It was funny. So then I was like, that's what I do for a living. I get to tell jokes just like you for a living. And she laughed and she was like, well, you got it made, don't you? And then she gave the FaceTime back to my mother. I was like, well, I guess I got, is she proud or I got red? Either one, but I'm for it.
I'm with it. I'm with the shits.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Grandma.
Yeah.
I love it.
But subscribe to our Patreon. We are full steam ahead multiple times, a week.
Oh yes, honey. We working.
Yes, we work. We have not stopped. Can't stop, won't stop, because we refuse to what? Go back to the strip club.
Stevie's.
I cannot. What
Jocelyn
else was I going
NXT.
on? Oh yeah, I have a new YouTube video out. It's about I took the GED test.
You know what? I should retake that.
Let me tell you, I only filmed a portion of it, and what I posted is very short as to that shit is long.
Oh, I know.
And it's long, and it's yeah. And I'm like, I have no clue. I one of the sections I passed, and then like other sections I won't talk about. But I was just like, my hats go off to everybody who is in continuing education, who, just got their high school diploma or even thinking about it. Like, that shit is a challenge.
Child, first of all, it's a privilege that I got my GED when I did. Okay, what was I, 16? I think I was 16. Of course, I was fresh in high school. Like, I went to go do it because I was like, parents, this is a waste of my time. I need to work. And they were like, okay. So I went and took it. So it's fresh on the mind. But at this big age, nigga, I can't hardly divide. Stop.
Okay. I'd be struggling.
I'd be like,
and then a lot of the shit. Right, and then a lot of the shit that they ask is like, I will never need to know what bromide does. Like, I don't need to know, what Robert E. Lee had for breakfast on the Battle of 1812. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just never gonna need to know that information.
Geometry, I ain't using none of that shit. Nigga, I don't even mount my floating shells. What the fuck? I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. I took pharmacology and got... No, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. I know nothing. Only shit that sticks is shit I learned from kindergarten through 6th grade, which are the basics, and then shit that I learned in college that I had to apply to my real life work. You know what I mean? Like, other than that,
if I knew the people wasn't gonna lock me up, and I didn't need my child to be socialized and well rounded, I'd be like, listen, nigga, you don't need anything past 4th grade. Hear me, okay? And I'm like, we got work to do.
Okay.
And fuck the rest of the shit. It's fluff. That's low key how I ended up getting my GED. My grandfather used to look at my assignments and stuff, or he would ask me what's going on, and he was like, girl, can I just tell? I was like, what's up? He was like, this is all fluff. It was his word. And I was like, I know. He's like, it's fluff. You're never going to use any of this. This is what you're going to use. These basics right here, you're never going. And this is a man who got a full scholarship to Northeastern.
See?
And he was like, you're never going to use any of this shit. So I was like, facts. And I didn't. Yeah. Shout out to you.
That's like,
abuelo.
Yeah, like this director friend I know, like I guess he's pretty famous. He was like, you don't need to get a MFA in like this shit. He was like, just take a couple classes. You don't need. That's a waste of money.
But if you're young and you're listening to this, pretend you didn't hear none of that. Go to school, stay in school, kids. Dare to be different. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to kids like that. Listen, if colleges ain't for you, then don't. Then
no.
Listen,
no.
I'm one of those people who feel like a lot of jobs and opportunities don't necessarily need. They need more formal training than they do education.
They need experience and training.
Yeah, experience and training, and also I feel like we force kids too early to make
decisions,
really huge life decisions.
That's the
way
problem
before
that
they need
I have.
to.
Yep.
So I mean, go to community college, get the 2-year,
nigga, go do them prerequisites. Okay, pay out of pocket. Go get you some used books. I'm telling you, like, and then and really sit and think about what it is you want to do. I told y'all I was gonna be a nurse at one point. Me. Okay.
Ooh.
Right. Jade Kevorkian. Can you imagine? No, nigga. No. And then a social worker, and then no, none of that. So we I don't that's the aspect of it's not that I'm encouraging a lack of education. I actually don't encourage that at all. And I love the fact that a lot of kids get different experiences in school and in college. I didn't have your standard HBCU college experience, which is fine. I have different experiences, and that's what makes the world colorful. But the coloring book, shout out to Glassjaw. Go hit up the Glassjaw page and go look at the new drop. That's all you get in Justin Beck. It's Black History Month. So, but I say all that to say I think it's beautiful when kids have those experiences, but I don't think that it's fair that we push them, like you said, to make these, colossal decisions at ages when their prefrontal cortex is not developed and they are thinking with their nipples.
Right. No, I completely agree. I just, education is important. Shout out to those who are earning your degrees, and it's wonderful. Continue on the fight with a good fight. However, I'm just saying, for the people who are really young and shouldn't be listening to us, but listen to us anyway, because I have found out that there are teenagers that listen to us.
Are there? Oh, no. Oh, no, baby, what is you doing?
Yeah, I have learned that recently.
You know what? It's fine. Teenagers should listen sometimes. You tell you little niggas a thing or two. Actually, as a matter of fact, that's what okay, off the cuff, I did not discuss this with XD. I'm just making a decision here, and he's going to roll with it. So, teenagers who do listen to us, actually. So remember I did an episode a while back with the boys that I was doing the podcast program with in high school. And that's where I had to adhere to a couple of, guidelines and situations like that. However, I want the teenagers actually to hit us up. And we would love to do some sort of thing with you all. I want to see what y'all are thinking about.
Get back to the youth-dom.
I want to know. I want to know why you all forehead, punch hole your forehead and shit like that. I want to know. I just want to know stuff. Okay. I think it'll be fun to have an exchange. We got questions for them. They got questions for us. They're like, so tell me about 2003.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was a lot of velour, bitch. It was a lot of velour.
Oh, God. A lot of velour. And a lot of hoodies and suit coats.
Ooh, bitch, I had a velour halter top 2-piece set, okay? Stop. So,
you know what I used to wear?
What?
I used to wear clogs outside.
Nigga, I still wear clogs. What you mean?
Yeah, but it was kind of okay for men to wear clogs outside back then. And you know what I also used to wear?
What?
DKNY.
Nigga, we all did.
But where is DKNY now?
In Macy's? I don't know.
She's also racist, so it's fine.
Oh, is she?
Of
course she is. Her name's Donna Karen. Is Karen with an
A.
But
what I mean by DKNY, I mean DKNY, it threw up on me.
I believe that. That was
yeah.
That was a
also
time.
Because, and you see, this is what, my mother went to the swap meet sometimes for my clothes.
I'm not.
So I would no. So it would be starter jacket from head to toe.
Yeah. Yeah, good times.
Coogee down to, or DK Coogee, all those things.
I had a younger hooder parent, so I didn't have as many issues in the fashion department outside of just plain tackiness of the times, but I didn't really have.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about 2003. Oh, I was fully white.
I was
then.
Nigga, you was grown. Nigga, what you?
Actually, that was my Hotep phase. I didn't wear shoes back then, and I wore tunics.
Me too.
My name was Xavier Genevieve Delon. I was a whimsical bitch. Okay.
Oh my God! I just want to tell you something. You all can catch me this week on Around the Way Curls. I subbed in for Shanti. So Antoinette and I were on there, but so on Around the Way Curls, they did a speed dating for Valentine's Day, and one of the niggas came on, and Antoinette was the contestant for Around the Way Curls because Shanti got a nigga. And a nigga did spoken word for Antoinette on their date.
Oh my God.
She's like, I was trying so hard not to get their show canceled when I was on there, but I was like, I said, did he do the cadence? She was like,
oh God.
He was very good, Jade. She's like, it was a beautiful poem. I said, I'm sure it was, but were you like the funk in his left thigh or whatever the fuck? Nigga, were you? Did he chase you on a train? But yes, I said, I can't wait to tell XD this.
Did he start like, I never fuck a dime because I don't fuck with loose change.
You must be jam. Because jelly don't shake that way.
That must have been so embarrassing for himself.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, stop. I've had a headache all day. That was so embarrassing for himself.
I mean,
oh shit, my head. No, it's coming back.
Because it's like, so hold on. Now you should never tell me this because now I have questions. Fuck the show. So they had a speed dating. So like, did they just?
You want me to
pop
call
up on
Antoinette?
Zoom?
You want me to call her right now?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. If she don't answer, she's on a work meeting and she'll call me back. And you keep those questions on deck.
Okay.
God damn it, Antoinette.
That's
okay,
fine.
you just hold that.
Okay. So, well, then I'm going to direct my questions to you then if she's unable to come to the phone.
Okay.
So he just popped up on the screen.
So he was the one chosen for the speed date. And if you guys would like to access this speed dating video, you can find it on Around the Way Curls Patreon. Quite
I'm going
entertaining.
to subscribe.
Oh,
right
absolutely.
now.
You should subscribe it.
Yeah.
So he was the one chosen for the speed date. So on the Zoom speed date for Valentine's Day, I'm going to keep calling it that. He gave her a gift.
You would have to if this nigga is selling, peddling poems.
So he kissed her through the phone. He gave her a teddy bear, showed it to her on Zoom. They planned activities.
Is he going to give her the bear, or he just bought it for himself?
She said he bought it for the bitch that he had a date with after. That's what she said. So
again, that must be so embarrassing for himself. Okay.
So he got on there. He did all his research. So it was very thoughtful. She did not talk shit on him. And then she said he did a poem for her, and it was spoken word.
Do you know how the poem went?
I don't, but I can't wait for her to call us back.
Okay. Well.
Wait a minute. Hello. You are live here on Jaded XD. XD has question. Okay, XD, please tell me your first question. I have to relay because of headphones.
So my first question is, what did this nigga wear to the speed date?
He wants to know, his first question is, what did this nigga wear to the speed date?
Stop.
I'm asking the hard-hitting question.
He said he's asking the hard-hitting questions.
The date or the speed date?
The speed date. Oh, wait, the date or the speed date, XD?
Oh, so wait, they went on an actual date.
No, they went. So the actual date was a Zoom date, but he was the one chosen from the speed dating.
Got it.
What did he wear to the actual date?
He had on a jean jacket with a t-shirt, and his jean jacket was he had the collars, or not the collars, the arms. Folded up or whatever. He was trying to look clean.
I bet money he had on brunch boots, XD. Okay, continue.
Oh, just click-clacking away.
The size of Shanti's.
Oh, he petite?
He had a jacket on.
She said, is he petite?
Petite.
Yeah, he's petite.
Oh, again.
He was putting them. I was like, oh.
Okay, so he wants to know what... Oh, go ahead.
So before I ask the most important question, where is he located first?
He's located in Atlanta. I can answer that for you.
Oh, okay. So then I was told that there was a spoken word message to you. Do you happen to recall the spoken word poem?
Oh, I'm about to tell you verbatim. I was told there was a spoken word segment. Can you recall what was in said poem?
No. Because the whole time I was like, keep your face straight. Keep your face straight. Face straight.
Again.
Nice.
That's so embarrassing for him.
He said,
why are you the way you are?
He said, oh, that must be so embarrassing for himself.
No, he was sweet. I keep saying the poem was good. I don't remember what he said, but his little poem was good. But I was like...
See, no, it's not because you said little poem.
He said, no, it's not because you said little poem.
Stop. This man did a really nice thing.
We're being wretched. Don't mind us. We're just laughing. We're just laughing at your expense.
What if he watches your show or something?
Then if he listens to us, then he knows that we're wretched people, and he will not take this to heart. Anywho, okay, well, we will call you back. We have directed everybody to your Patreon so they can watch the video for themselves. Thank you so much.
You told him he had 4 kids?
Oh, my God, I forgot about that.
Don't hang up.
He said, whoa, don't hang up. Wait, hold on. Tristan's call. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I think it's just a couple more questions. So sorry. This is Dateline. What was that, XD?
So 4 children. That was missing from.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
So how old is this man?
He said 4 children that was missing from the docket. How old is this man, and how old are these children?
So first of all, I'm pissed that I asked this question so late in the game. It was like the last question I asked. He is 31.
31.
Oh.
With 4 children, 3 baby moms, and an ex-wife that he had no kids with. There you go.
I am so sorry, Fred.
But wait, it's most upsetting that I picked him over the guy that lives in the Bronx, has no kids, and was hilarious the whole time.
He was a comedian.
Oh, well, I mean, four kids, 3 baby mamas, and an ex-wife, the Bronx. I mean, same thing.
He said 4 kids, 3 baby mamas, an ex-wife, and the Bronx. He goes, same thing. You
By the time it was time to choose, it was like, eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like it was the lesser of 2 evils. Well, Antoinette, we thank you so much for providing.
If anybody's secretly in love with me, obviously, you can have 4 kids and 3 baby mamas. Just come on, it's fine. I give up.
XD is out.
Oh my God! Thank you.
This is definitely going in the show. Thank you so much. I will call you when we're done recording. Bye.
Let's take a break. And we'll be back
with the actual show.
Right.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is the blackest show about nothing.
This is Jade and XD. I'm Jade.
And I'm XD.
The show is two best friends talking about anything and everything.
And sometimes we have awesome people on, like Crystal and Kid Fury from The Read.
When I was in high school, there was this girl in my computers class with me. I wish I could remember her name so I could apologize. But I just used to call her Atrocious, like, as, you know, a pet name because... Hey, Atrocious! Being someone who was constantly the butt of a joke or picked on or whatever, I just saw this opportunity to, like, make fun of somebody else, and I did it.
Somebody needs to do a study into silver teeth and the link between, like,
the
silver tooth to prison pipeline.
Yeah, silver tooth to prison pipeline.
And New York Times bestselling author Michael Arsenault.
And Mama kept trying to interject at any moment that she could sing, and it was like, beloved, you're not even the best singer on stage. The girl from Destiny's Child is with the platinum solo album. It's like, not you.
And of course, there's us,
Jade
and XD.
You can listen to new podcast episodes every week on Fridays.
Listen to Jade and XD
for free on Spotify.
And we're back talking
podcast.
about with the actual show. An hour recording later.
Right.
So, Married at First Sight. I could tell you that we're going to move through this quickly until we get to a couple of couples. Because and I'm going to be honest right now, Evil Villain, and I'm going to breeze right through them MFs.
Oh, Gargoyle and Rom-Com.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, not Katherine Heigl. I'm going to call her that.
Okay. I'll take that over Angela.
Whatever. Whatever.
We'll never see eye to eye there.
Right.
Yeah, they mad awkward still.
This episode is, and I'm so mad that this comes out after the newer episode. So it's like we can't.
I know. I was trying to figure out if there was a way.
The only way we'd be able to do that is if we switch and put this on Patreon.
I know.
And we don't want to do that.
No. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So, unless I have an idea, but we'll talk about that after.
Okay.
So, who do you want to start with? Oh, let's start with Evil Villain and not Katherine Heigl. They start with, being born in white.
Why did I say vanilla conversation?
Yeah, because they don't talk about anything outside of food and the gym.
Yeah, this nigga
80s.
was eating raw onions. That's how that's how boring it got.
Well, I put he's killed people because he eats raw onions.
Well, I eat raw. It depends.
It's the way he was eating.
I know.
And his visage don't lend itself to be a congenial, type.
No, he looks like an unsub. Were they white onions or were they red?
They look white. Because he eats a steak and eggs. I mean, you can put red onions with it, but
he's a domestic terrorist. He's a domestic terrorist. Yeah. Red onions are the acceptable raw onion.
Right.
But yeah, vanilla. Go ahead.
They're talking. Both of their friends approve of each other. Again, she's still not into his 80s shtick, and that's just because she's 26, and so which means she was born she was born through 93, 94, I guess.
Yeah, but also
94,
as somebody in his age bracket, I have to say this shit would get old. You're obsessed, bro. He said he got Star Wars kettlebells, and not because he's a Star Wars fan, because it was, we know it originally came out with the 70s.
Yeah.
70s? Yeah. But, then they still came out in the 80s. It was big. So he has Star Wars kettlebells. You see they came in with them dumbass Kanye 80s glasses, them fucking light up glasses and shit. I'm surprised this nigga didn't wear them, make them wear fanny packs and shit. British Knights. But Like I'd be like, okay, I get you love the 80s. Maybe that's your favorite genre of music, but where does it end?
Yeah, but I honestly, they have it easier than other couples. I mean, okay,
no,
yeah,
they do.
he's a little boring and he just likes 80s, but he seems to be really into her. He's just kind of like,
but his voice.
he don't really, and she's kind of, and I will say she's attracted to him.
You think? I don't know. I can't tell.
She is attracted to him. They're both awkward.
She's got the most disinterested face I've ever seen. Like I can't tell if this bitch. She's got like the the Kourtney Kardashian voice, but her faces. It's like it's always the same. So I can't tell.
Yeah.
How this bitch really feels.
Yeah, I don't. Every. Well, she makes that like squiggly face emoji.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Like,
yeah. And then he asked her what her first serious relationship was. And when this bitch said 15, I was like, who's next? I can't do this.
Yeah, I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My last note for them is, but they vibe at dinner.
Oh my God, my last note says, she seems to have enjoyed herself for the first time and they kiss.
Yeah.
I think they did it, but they not saying nothing.
I don't think they did.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
But in the way he says it, he's like one of them, let me make love to you type niggas, because he's like, yeah, I can't wait to take it to the next step, to the next level. I'm like, why you gotta talk like that?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm sure like all his moves and like Dirty Mac can come from like Val Kilmer movies and shit like that. Because I'm sure that's what he's into.
You know he is. He loves the 80s. No, this nigga was talking about he made her watch the Goonies.
Oh yeah, he was like, we just got finished watching the Goonies. I was like, were y'all high?
It's like, I have another movie to watch with you tonight. It's called Adventures in Babysitting.
Right.
Like, what?
And we could cap the night off with a never-ending story.
Right? And tomorrow we're watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids that came out in 1989. Okay. So
And make way for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where things are always afoot at the Circle K.
Woo!
But that's them. We can move on to Anderson .Paak and Offred.
Oh, yeah.
Not much happened with them either. And I don't see them having a real problem. So, like, Offred and one of my notes, I'm just going to get this out the way, like, his nappy-ass face wears me out.
Yo, let me tell you something. Between that and that bro hair, I fucking hate it, nigga. Yeah, I fucking hate it. I hate it. I was like, you really... He had on them fucking neon shades with the string attached to it. I was like, yo, you be trying to get as close. I'm surprised you don't perm your fucking face.
I mean, from the way it looks like it looks like he tried.
He be wearing his clothes from Billabong and shit. He just don't got no nigga in him. Ain't no nigga in him.
What is it? Got Stock Impact Sun.
It's like, what's that shit they wear?
In Acre Blue, yes.
Oh shit, it gets real. And Abercrombie and Fitch, because that nigga wears every Caucasian brand. If they don't hire niggas for their models, he's wearing it. So
absolutely, he uses Dove and everything.
No, niggas use Dove. Niggas use Dove.
I'm just saying, the racist, you know.
His mother's very black, though.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So. They talk about, they're still getting to know each other. He asked questions like a OkCupid profile. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he's downloaded all their questions and he just like reiterates them at random. So, you know, he has a regular schedule and she's a flight attendant. So he doesn't, you know, she's all over the place, which matches her personality.
Absolutely. He proved me right. Remember what I said this nigga seems like he would have a routine down to the time that he shits of day.
Yeah.
That it was like, I'm the type of person who I can just see myself with a very strict routine. I read the same newspaper. I watch the same programs. I was like, oh, I knew it.
Exactly. So they go see dolphins, and the whole time I'm thinking of that movie Blackfish, Free Till It Come. Listen, I get really political when I see animals in captivity.
Because my note says, cute dolphins swimming, well trained, but they are in captivity. I'll send you
See? I'm telling you, my ministry is working. These animals need to be freed. They're in captivity against their will.
I agree.
And it sucks because they can't be freed back into the wild because they've been domesticated.
I know. And they're so sweet. And you let them out and the other ones will just tear them up.
Like, what shit? Like, he gave, shook their hand. What dolphin does that?
Hey, waving.
Right.
Now pose on them.
Alone. Yeah.
Like, bitch. Yes.
Now, I will say, there's a real reason why we call her Alfred. She a little she ready to ride or die, but I'm going to talk about that later.
Oh, because let me tell you something. Oh, I went to Mama's Instagram, which is private, but let me tell you what her caption said. I mean, what the, what's the shit called when you have it up in the shit? Your bio. Mm-hmm. It says she, her. It says BLM.
Mm-hmm. Mama got pronouns, recognizing black people.
Yeah.
And there's something that happens later on in the show, which we'll get to, where I was like, oh, she riding out.
Oh, absolutely, honey. Absolutely.
She's a queer ally because they're talking about children.
Oh, I want to say that might have been in the bio, too.
Yeah, when she was talking about children, she was like, I don't want religion forced upon them, whether they grow up to be, queer or... I was like, yeah.
I was like, Alfred, did you grow up a Scientologist?
Yeah, she's... Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she might be this way because, she went to Bible school or whatever and was like, no, fuck that, I'm railing against, everything. And
she doesn't say it, but she says it in so many ways. She's like, I don't want religion forced on my kids because I feel like I was not given a choice. So she says it often, and I do feel like it played a big part in why she's so, free, which I'm, Be free, white girl.
It makes sense because her daddy is Boomhauer, and Boom a white. So a
white. Show your face. We want to see your face. But so I don't know what her parents forced her into, but she clearly is like, I want the opposite. And in all honesty, as much as I think he is low key a serial killer, I think they make a nice balance of a couple. When she was talking about she wants to be the fun grandma and he was talking about the structure and so forth, I said, that's actually a lot of relationships that we've seen, where they can be polar opposites and it's a really nice balance. And they seem to get along well. Their conversation is very thorough. You know what I'm saying? Their questions are well thought out and very intentional. So I appreciate the type of communication that they have so far.
Yeah, they're one of my favorite couples. I think it's I like her more than him.
Right. I was like, whoa. That's brave.
Claire all day. I'm with her, Alfred, cool. But him, I don't know.
Yeah,
they'll be fine though.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Let's move on to not Mila Kunis and Cheese Stick because that was a little wild. So his little jealousy is rearing its ugly head.
Ben Gosling was showing his ass, honey.
Yeah, so they open up with, she in the bathroom getting glammed up for the pool.
I put, she's acting like a black girl talking about she not getting her hair wet in the pool.
Yeah. Because Mama was like, if I get my hair wet, I got to get ready at 4 to be ready by 9. So
I was like, bitch, I was like, this bitch stays on CPT. She's like, I'm at least 15 minutes late to everything. What you mean?
Yeah. And mind you, it's critical for what happens later on in the episode.
Oh yes. Also, but 15 minutes is not late. That's how I view it.
That is late.
It's late on a Zoom. It ain't late in real life. Listen, my girl said it best. She goes, if we are supposed to meet at 2 and you show up at 2, that is your problem. 2 meets 5. 5 meets 7.
Oh my God. No.
I was like, my tribe. But yes, so continue.
No. So she's getting glammed up to get ready for the pool, and he's like, why? We're just going to the pool. Like, but she's like, I just want to look nice, nigga. Damn. Like,
right.
No way.
Let me put on my Fashion Nova and let me live, nigga. Shit.
And most importantly, which they can't say is like, nigga, we on TV. Like, listen,
you
if
know
Drag
my
Race
skin is bad.
If Drag Race has not taught me anything. It has taught me the power of keeping, if you don't have good skin, great application. You know what I mean?
You better figure it out, because when I tell you these niggas be concealing the fuck out of their beards.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you
exactly.
Just don't know. I'll be trying to put a glue stick to my eyebrows, but I haven't gotten there yet. I was up there like,
right.
I was like, what am I supposed to do after this?
All these bitches. Jada does it, so maybe if I could.
I didn't know what the next step was. I just see the glue, and I was like, I'm lost. I don't know where to go from here.
You gotta let it dry, powder, foundation.
Oh, so they do that to cover the full zhuzh.
Yeah.
Oh,
because they have man brows.
Right.
Because you want to control where you put the eyebrow. Say for example, Trixie eyes
when she
start
does
on her
the
forehead.
Shit. Right.
So,
and Bob sometimes.
And Bob. And like Katya, her like creases like here.
True. Ooh, the illusion. Ooh, okay. Yeah. We need to do some more drag soon.
They also have Best of Katya on YouTube, by the way, on VH1.
Well, I know what our next reaction video is after this next one. Okay, I have vetoed. That is what it is, honey.
But back to these people. They he's routine and punctual, and she's late all the time because he's a pilot, and she's like, I'm late every day to work. And they talk about how they've gotten closer really quickly, and then they began to talk shit about the other couples.
Which
I was like, ooh, a couple.
Right.
I was like, that's what you do as a couple. You get together to talk shit about other people.
Tristan get right up in my ear and be like, yo, these niggas is weird. And I feel like, and then it's a mix between the low vibration and what they say, and you just be laughing.
Yeah. That's why Ali Wong said the reason why, she was like, the reason why, two people of the same race need to be together so y'all can get together and be racist together.
It's facts.
Yeah.
It's fact. You should have seen it. Anyway.
Right. So they're like, everybody seems, okay, whatever. They get weird vibes from #blessed and Black Christian Weave Lady, which, valid.
In fact, like salad.
So, they move on. They get to the pool, and Mama's trying to get cocktailed. Like, she is drinking, and he's like, dog, she likes to drink, and she's like, I like to party, but like, nah.
He's like, I can't handle it like you can, because she downs her shot, and this nigga takes a couple sips, mood, and like that's the first thing she wants to do when they get there. He's like, all right, well, what's next? And she was like, let's get drinks, nigga. I'm trying to get a Vegas bomb. That's my shit. I looked it up. I did. It's whiskey, peach schnapps. Hold on. Whiskey, peach schnapps. I want to say cranberry juice and Vegas bomb. It's like one of them, when you go to them clubs back in the day with the plastic cups. It's Crown Royal, Red Bull, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice. Some people do it with Crown Royal, Red Bull, Malibu, and peach schnapps. Mm-hmm. It sounds sweet.
It sounds so very, very sweet and very, very
hangovery,
thick.
Yeah,
like syrupy. And because it's Vegas, it's so damn hot.
Yeah. It's probably the Red Bull that gives it the. I don't know.
To cut it, but then Red Bull is so like. Well, I don't know, because I used to do them Skittle Bombs back in the day at Boxers, where they had every flavor of Stoli, and a shot. You drop the shot in the Red Bull, because Red Bull masks anything.
No, it does. Because I used to. Oh, child, you want to talk about 2003? I used to drink this shit called a Star Fucker. It was either vodka or whiskey, Red Bull or whatever energy drink the club had, and Midori. Yes. Mm-hmm. Melon liqueur.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they'd add a splash of triple sec or a splash of sour or whatever. But I'm like, what the fuck were you drinking, bitch? Like, what is that?
Like, I am interested to like take a picture of like what to see what my liver looked like at the time and what it looks like now.
No. We don't need to know everything in this life. Nigga, that's like me taking a picture of my lungs.
Yeah, true. So they're at the pool. They're talking about pet peeves, and she doesn't like how he leaves his wet towel on the floor. And he's like, I could work on that.
Valid.
And then he turns into Lifetime movie crazy.
Nigga, it's quickly too, nigga. Quickly.
Yeah. He essentially believes that heterosexual men and women cannot be platonic friends, have platonic friendships with one another. He has rules, because she was like, rules?
She was like, oh, you got rules now?
Right. So he has all these stringent rules about the types of relationship you can. Like, basically, you can't be friends with a man unless he your homegirl's man, your sibling, or he gay. Mm-hmm.
He said, if they're not one of those three things, that means they want to fuck. That means that's what's on their mind. And she was like, so is that what's on your mind? Because she's like, I have a lot of friends, and we go out in mixed groups. Like, we go out with men and women, and you can tell she is a party girl, and party is not synonymous with you being out there just showing your titties all over the place. And if that's what you feel like doing, then do it. But it's not synonymous with that, with that negative connotation. Party just means she likes to go out and have a good time and drink, and she got a group of friends that she likes to do it with. And you're just not at that stage in your life. And while he does have a valid point that she got married and she signed up to get married, also, nigga, she's 26 years old. Like, I don't, you can only expect so much.
And I feel him on more ways than one.
Absolutely.
but also it's like, A, you gotta let her be young or whatever. And 2, stop watching like TV, because that excuse and line of like reasoning came from every hetero white TV show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Absolutely.
Every last one.
I was like, this is a mess.
But they go to dinner and they talk about being supportive of one another. You know, he talks about being a pilot. Mm-hmm. And he's gone for half the month. And, you know, she's like, I don't like that.
Right.
And this is ultimately something that they have to just get adjusted to. Like, they're just going to have to figure it out, honestly.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to stop being a pilot. I'm clearly in this shit. I'm going to be in this shit until I retire at 65. And she's like, well, if we have kids, I don't want to feel like I'm a single mother. If there's events that you're supposed to go to or what have you. And he's like, all right, well, we have to figure it out, but this is kind of the way it is. So.
Right. He was like, I was very adamant when I told them about I need somebody to understand my schedule. And
he said he understands how everyone isn't built to handle this type of relationship. But one thing that I didn't care for is the fact that he spoke over her a lot, and like he did a lot of convincing, but it was in a passive aggressive type of way. So it wasn't even just like, well, let me put it to you with this point of view. It was more like, well, no, it just seemed like it was just like a rebuttal for everything. A lot of convincing and not as much listening on his part. He's a little more controlling than he's starting to show that side of himself.
I agree. Let's move on to my favorite couple.
Right, everybody.
In my mind, and Miro.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are so cute together.
They really are. They're very beautiful together. I mean, I still.
I told you he was from the Bronx.
Oh no! I agreed with you. Please. I peeped the eyebrows. I already know, nigga. I used to live in Kingsbridge, nigga. I know. Okay. Sure. But he grew up with his grandmother in the Bronx, which is why he had such a reaction when his grandmother had a heart attack, and rightfully so. He was like, I was raised by her. I was raised in the house with her. And, it just meant a lot to me how you held me down. You really, really held me down. Still cheater vibes. Not saying right now cheater vibes, but like eventual cheater vibes. And we seen him how he did with the stripper.
That's because that was a stripper. He didn't know what his wife looked like.
This is also true, but also, nigga, like it wasn't just like have fun behavior, though. It wasn't just like, come give me a lap dance. We had a bachelor party. This nigga was trying to engage in conversation, and she was trying to flirt. He was trying to flirt with the stripper.
Okay.
It's a thin line. It's a thin line. But I'll keep it positive. They do have beautiful chemistry. And
they do.
They look really good together.
They do. And so they get to talk about the types of homes that they want. Mm-hmm. And, he's like, we can get a townhome, a house, or a condo, but we should get a townhome because you get more bang for your buck. And she was like, okay, well, what if I want a condo?
She's like, I want a high rise.
Right. And so he was like, your family warned me about this. He was like, remember when your family told me that you would be bossy?
And then this shady ass is going to show all... she's this but bossy, this but bossy, this but bossy. You getting a loving boss. I was like, okay. Cool.
And, she compromises, and they discuss kids, 2 or 3 years. Like, they have really, really good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
They do. I'm going to pause their story right there.
Yes,
because
actually, yes.
We have to go, because this particular time...
Well, we can talk about their first dinner.
Oh, yes, we can.
They had their first dinner. They spoke about how strong their connection is. We can see the sparks flying, and that's because they fucked. They took their shit to the next level. And he talks about how he wanted it to happen organically and how it did. And they playing footsie under the table, and it's real beautiful and shit.
Mm-hmm. He likes to talk, though. I was like, oh, he Dominican for real, because he was laying it on thick.
He was like, when that nigga said, I asked them to turn the lights in the sky down for you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that would be license for me to get a divorce. Like, that's all you got to say is some shit like that to me, and it's over.
Like, what Aventura song you got that from?
Right. What you listening to over there? No. We didn't ask them to turn the lights down.
Julio, what Alejandro Sanz jam you got that from? So
that was it.
To pause this because they became my favorite couple instantly after what happened.
Woo, baby! For very subtle reasons.
Yeah. Exactly. I was like, a couple.
Okay. Let's get to the getting.
So let's get to hashtag blessed and Black Christian Weave Lady, and I'm actually going to give her more respect and call her Paige.
I literally stopped writing BCWL in my notes, and I started writing Paige. I laughed, though. I laughed at the top of their thing. First of all, that breakfast was brutal. It was fucking, it was brutal. And so they're sitting there like two old people. How your eggs? Are they good? Very good.
Well, before that, though, they didn't remember the whole episode started with them.
Oh, with the drama, yes. But I just pretended that will come.
Okay.
I laughed because she was like, "You're not going to bless the food?" And he was like, "Oh, thank you for this food. Amen." And when she goes, "As long as he knows the desires of our heart." And
She did not like that.
No, I was dying laughing, though. I said, I love church shade. It cracks me up. Like, it takes me down. But anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, she did not like that. I was like, ooh, she is saved, honey.
Child.
And that's going to fuck her up.
Is boots.
Right, and they aren't really talking at all. And he's not doing well. Now, we all know what this is, but in the context of this show, and for those of you who don't watch it, we'll discuss as if we don't know what's happening. So he's not doing well, and he says he got a lot going on, and he's being super distant, and she's like, you know, what's going on? He's like, I don't want to tell you. But he eventually says that, you know, I got some news, but it doesn't matter. And she's like, what do you mean it doesn't matter? Like, she's flipping out, and she's like, is it gonna, does this impact our marriage? And, you know, and she's escalating. It's getting more and more. She's getting more and more annoyed and more agitated because she's getting more and more flustered because this nigga won't tell her what's going on. Like, is it life threatening?
And he's doing it in a very nasty gaslighting type of way because he's like, "Nah, I'm cool," and she's like, "You're cool," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool. I'm not telling you." He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on not telling you what it is." Like, nope, I don't want to tell you. And he says it's devastating news, and then he's like, well, maybe not devastating, but it's heavy news. So you tell the person who you just married, stranger or not, that you have got heavy news, and then you turn around and tell them, like, but I'm good. I'm not going to tell you, though, because I don't feel like it. Oh, he's a fucking dickhead. I want to punch him in the nuts.
Yeah. And so at that point, Paige goes to the producers and they're like, somebody better tell me what the fuck is going on.
Right. She's like breaking the third wall. Fuck this. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's like, nah. And so the producers are like, hold on. Mama left the hotel in her robe. She was like, nope, fuck all of y'all. Y'all better figure it out. And so the producers swarm him, and eventually they find out what's going on, or they know what's going on.
And it's a black lady talking to him.
Oh, both producers are black.
She's like, what is wrong with you? Well, how you not going to tell your wife?
And, you know, Paige comes back and she's still pissed, and he's like, she's like, you still don't want to know? Or he was like, I still am not comfortable. He was like, but do you really want to know? I'll tell you. So he drags her, like he takes her by the arm, and he's like pulling her into the bathroom of the hotel room that they're in, and then turns on the shower, and then turns onto the bathtub because he figures that's louder. And then he whispers to her to take off her mic.
He turns on the faucet. He turns on every running water that he can in the bathroom, which was smart.
And I don't know why. It's gonna come out.
It's
anyway,
gonna come
so
out. That was
even...
right. But if you ever have something you want to tell somebody, that's how you do it.
Right. So he tells her, like, she yelps, but she doesn't, like, you don't hear any type of conversation. Because she's like, oh my God.
Right.
And so he comes out first, and producers are like, where's Paige? And he's like, she's getting herself together. She needs a moment. So she walks out like she just saw a ghost.
Ooh, child.
Like, she's like just walking slowly. She's just like, I'm dazed and confused. She had no idea what to do.
And her voice is eerily calm. Like, even when she's upset, she doesn't yell. She doesn't lose her temper. She doesn't get out of control in any way, shape, or form. She's very composed, almost scarily so sometimes.
But I wouldn't know how to react initially to that shit either, because it's like, how can I be? It's like, who am I mad at? Like, yeah, I'm mad because of how you wouldn't tell me, but also it's like, this is, I don't know. I don't know.
So she goes and confides in Brianna, Heather Headley, in my mind,
Headley,
about the news. And he's talking to Bodega Papi, Miro, and they're showing the conversation back and forth between, in my mind, and Paige and Miro and #blessed. And Bodega Papi says, he's like, well, I'd be pissed if it was me. And Paige was saying, she's like, I feel like I got the short end of the stick. Brianna's like, bitch, I feel like you did too. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then like Bodega Papi, I cracked up because Miro's like, so have y'all had sex? And he's like, yeah, that night, the next morning, the second morning, the night after. Like, he was like, oh, okay, y'all wasn't going at it. All right, bet. And Paige is talking to Brianna about how she doesn't want to build a relationship on this, and it's going to be challenging for her. And, Brianna's like, nobody wants to go through divorce, but you need to think about yourself first. This is something that's going to impact your life forever. And she asks her what she's going to do, and Paige says she has no idea.
Right, because she keeps reiterating that this might be something that is, like, destined for her to be. Like, it's in God's will for her to experience this situation. So, this is why I say Headley and Miro are my favorites. Because right after they both start talking to, they talk to the couple.
They come back.
They came back together and was like a couple. They had to start. They started like, before that, we learned about the dynamic that #blessed had with old girl.
Yes.
And because when they were trying to do timelines, they were like, some shit ain't connecting.
Which is still not, but I will get to that later. I have more news.
Yeah, so the way #blessed describes this, that he was engaged and they broke up, but they were still fucking. And so her daddy died, and when he went to the funeral, she needed some, comforting. Yeah.
Which is a thing.
Grief fucked. Yeah, totally. And
that's probably not the proper way to say it, but...
yeah. It's a release of, like, emotions and shit like that. So, they... they figure out, like, this shit ain't adding up, because how is this 6 weeks ago and she just know about it? Now, before we go on, I do want to say, well, okay, never mind. So later on in the episode, Mila Kunis asked a question that all of us were asking, but it is rude for her, but it was rude, but it was also in his favor, but whatever.
Right, we'll get
because
to it.
Miro asked him, like, yo,
the same thing.
Is you sure this is yours? And
you know what? Also,
like, no,
that just speaks to sometimes white people just can't ask you certain shit. It's just sometimes it's just not your business. Don't ask me.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Right. So
now, I will say, Paige, one thing I did respect is that when they came back together and had a little time to separate and they came back to talk some more, she asked how he was feeling, and then she asked how his ex was feeling.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I
just wanted to make sure that was clear.
No, that's in my notes. I was like, oh, this is very Mary J. Blige, your child.
Yeah, and it really messed me up.
She said a real woman wouldn't do this over the phone. She told me about the baby. You found out about the baby after the baby was born, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And girlfriend, she wasn't disrespectful.
She wasn't disrespectful.
In fact, she's 100%
100% sure.
Right. So, you know, he asked her, like, if this was decision day, and I'm assuming decision day is the finale where they decide if they're going to stay together or not. Mm-hmm. She was like, he asked if this is decision day, how would you respond? She was like, I would not be with you. Yes. She was like, honestly, I'm surprised I ain't packed up.
She's like, I could have chunked deuces, but I feel like God. And I was like, oh, man, why do you keep doing this? Like, this ain't, no. Oh, no, baby, no, that's not how it works. That's not.
And he continues to call her ugly by saying,
oh, my God.
I'm growing more attracted to you each day. And then she says, I've been in this situation before. Apparently, where she played stepmama.
So her ex nigga, so apparently her and her ex dude lived together, and his child lived with them, his daughter. And she says she was very close with the daughter and helped raise her and did her hair and all this and that. And it just came to a point where she realized that his child was always going to come first. And that's just how it was always going to be. I don't know what you thought, but she is 26, and I don't know how long ago this relationship was. So, that alludes to why the relationship ended. I'm assuming that's why it ended. But she was like, I said I didn't want that. But right now, you know, we are walking in a higher purpose, and maybe God intended. And I just don't know.
And we've also learned her priorities is God, wife, or husband, and then children.
And yeah, like she, even with her own biologicals, she wants to make and because the Bible says she comes before those children, those seedlings. Fascination.
And ultimately, she's still gonna be with this nigga, and I really just want her to stop watching Tyler Perry plays. Like,
I really want her to stop watching Tyler Perry plays. Like, I really do. I blame the mother. I don't know. It's just. But he goes and he dotes on her in that dinner and gives her a rose and all this shit, and he's like, you know, I want you to know that you're always going to come first. And, you know, when I heard this news, you were the first person I thought about. And, you know, I realized that I wasn't fair to you. And you're a beautiful person. And you're a wonderful person. And just a lot of hot breath. But anyway, so it's the group meetup.
Yeah.
Bad bitch link up.
Yes, link up. Everybody's, you know, there except for Cheese Stick and not Mila Kunis, and that's because she told us she was going to be late anyway. You know, everybody's sharing and talking except the blacks. They're silent.
Yeah.
You know,
because they know what's what.
Yeah, so somebody asked them like, "Oh, so how are y'all?" And then they were just like silent, meaning hashtag blessed and page. And they're like, "Well, you look good."
Yeah. Yo, Brianna was so black for that. She was so black for that, and I really appreciated that moment. And can I just tell you, they just look sharp together. Those two, they look sharp together. He brought out his cat daddy hat, like they were like, "Oh, we going out tonight," and they just look good together.
Yeah. So he doesn't really hashtag bless doesn't really want to talk, but she forces him. She was like, "It's gonna come out eventually, so you might as well tell everybody now."
So she tells everyone the news and how challenging it's been No, she tells everybody how challenging it's been, but she goes into that whole thing about how, challenges create a beautiful story and adversity builds mountain. I don't, nigga, just a lot of hot breath. And she's like, I'm encouraged by our faith and what will keep us together. Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. So then Alfred comes in the confessional and is like, fuck all that. She was
I
mad.
would have been on a plane back to Atlanta.
Okay. That's why I was like, oh, feminist, queer ally.
Then she did that black girl thing because we know how to make somebody uncomfortable, right? Mm-hmm. So she does that thing because they pay him back to the group after her confessional. And all the women, all right, Paige. Well, we support you, Paige. Whatever you need, Paige. Fuck you, nigga, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. Valid.
Very valid.
I was like, oh, I like her. For real, for real. And this nigga decides to get his fee-fees because he feels less than, which I mean, valid as he should. Right. And he goes, first, he whispers to her. Right. He walks off and goes to cry in the corner.
Mm-hmm. There he go. There he go again. Give this nigga an ad with Kleenex because his ass stays with the tears.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so Boys to Men, Water Runs Dry is over in the corner laying on the couch. And all the other couples, I felt really bad for Paige in this moment also as well, because all the other couples are, outside of the boring whites, the gargoyle and the rom-com, they're all like, everything's going really well. And, Brianna and Vincent are just, everybody's like, fuck y'all. Like, why y'all? Like, fuck y'all. And she goes over to try to be supportive again to him. And he's being nasty and says he doesn't want to be bothered. And then in his confessional, he proceeds again to say for the 12th time in a different way how he's not attracted to her because he said he feels like he's stuck. Mm-hmm. Well, why do you feel stuck if you're so attracted to her and she's everything on paper and she's being supportive of you? How do you feel stuck then? Because your dumb ass went and got married and you knew you didn't have no business doing that bullshit?
Right. So, Cheese Stick and Not Mila Kunis walks in because they missed everything. Mm-hmm. And so...
And they're drunk.
And they're drunk. Mm-hmm. So... Alfred is like, well, you missed it. So do you want to tell? Do you want to share what happened? Ooh. And so #Blessed gets really defensive that how he has to re-explain. And so then, and he's like, well, I don't really owe you an explanation to anything. So this is the first tension between between Blessed and Cheese Stick, which boils over to the next episode.
Now, let me say, before even that, because they came in late, so they missed all the conversation. They try to catch them up and ask them the same thing they ask everybody: how is you all's connection and so everything so far, and they are just gushing. Oh man, we had this instant connection, and it's amazing, and I just couldn't have asked for anybody more perfect. And oh my God, we're just so organic. Chris looked like #Blessed. He looked like he want to throw up.
Yeah.
And then they asked, well, anybody been intimate yet? Only the blacks have.
That's what I wrote. I said, of course, the blacks are the only ones that been fucking.
I said, only the blacks have. Which I was surprised because I just knew Not Mila Kunis was fucking.
No, I don't get that energy from. I knew
now
Paige
Offred.
And Bone.
This is how you know she belongs on the black side because Offred. I'm not saying shit about no barbecue either, no cookout. No. But Offred is like she's ready to. She's like, I love how we've been talking and we just building this strong foundation. But nigga, I'm ready to fuck. I'm ready to take this down. But so only the blacks have. So Ben Gosling asked #blessed if he's okay because he looks like he wants to throw up.
Mm-hmm.
And here he comes with his nasty attitude. Oh, well, I don't know. Oh, nobody no explanation about anything, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. So it's everything you said. They reiterate. And then go ahead.
So then Natmila asked a hard-hitting question. She was like, wow, that's devastating. Well, are you sure that it's yours?
Yeah.
And honestly, that's a supportive question for him, and he did not realize it.
No.
And he's like, in his confessional, like, well, first of all, he says, you know, I'm not going to answer that as like, it's mine, I'm definitely for sure. And so he feels disrespected that she would ask him that kind of question. But he like calls it off and passes it off and was just like, you know, it's mine. That's cool.
Now, and that was a valid question.
It was.
But they start probing and being a little bit too intrusive. And like I said, I think they're drunk. But they're giving a lot of unsolicited advice, and they're just like being very forceful in the situation with wanting to continue. And it's clear that sometimes even if the person is not right, or sometimes you just need to cut the conversation off because it's not going to be productive. And you can see him.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. You could see him boiling. It's like if he was a pot of milk with a top on it. Like you could see it coming up, and they're just continuing to be like, "Well, good. You just have to do this." And I was like, "All right, y'all, y'all might want to just stand down a little bit." And then he finally kind of shuts it down. And he's like, "Respect our privacy," and they kind of keep going. So.
But then again, I'm also like,
oh, this is not in defense of him. I hate this nigga, sincerely. Yeah. Sincerely. Yeah. But you also, when conversations are not going in a productive fashion, you can't force them to happen. Especially if you're not even a part of the equation. At a certain point, you have to be like, you know what? Not my business. Because all the other couples, even though they all expressed, you know, their concern for Paige and their support for her, they kind of let it be after that. Mm-hmm. They didn't really press any further because they were just kind of like, this is not going to help anything right now. So this is already a really like low blow of a situation for her. You know, we're just going to show our support and kind of let it be what it is. Them two came stumbling up in the spot and didn't let that be at all.
Yeah.
No. At all. So now, did some more Googling every episode. I just want to see if more shit comes out.
Okay. So what happened?
So it is a possibility that it is not his ex who is pregnant. Because apparently it is alleged that he might have cheated with his ex's cousin, which is the reason why him and his ex broke up in the first place. And it may be the cousin who's pregnant, allegedly.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Messy boots. And I've read multiple things. Now, again, obviously nobody can fully confirm because they don't know him, but I've read multiple things that say, oh, I heard the baby is not his ex-fiance is not the one who's pregnant. It's somebody else. And what's so interesting is, so, you know, I'm just doing my journalism shit. I'm doing my research. And so I go to try to find his social, which I don't know why I didn't do that before when I was Googling, but I was like, let me go try to find his social. So I found it. It only had one post on it, and he had turned the comments off, so it was obvious that he knew he was going to be getting a whole bunch of shit, and he had deleted everything off his page. He also had a bunch of, if you click on the little grid, he had the reels or the story or whatever the shit is. He had that up, so he had like a video of his opening of his Subway, and you could see the little tour and shit, but I had like dozed off or something, and then when I woke back up, I was like, oh, let me finish looking at this shit for the show. So I go back to the page and I see it, and as I clicked on the other thing to see if I missed something, he had set the page private. So I'm not saying you can't set the page private because of me, because I just looked at the shit. I didn't even say anything. You can't even say anything. But in that short amount of time, that nigga has set his page private.
Well.
So we're going to find out more via the internet before, but as far as the show is concerned, I am very interested to see.
Because I'm assuming that she doesn't stay with him.
I'm going to assume
she
so
gets
too.
Pregnant, and she falls down a flight of stairs accidentally on purpose.
Oh my god.
So I and I hope that happens, but I just, he does. I have something brave yet controversial to say, even more than what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
How do I put this?
Okay.
To quote the great Nene Leakes, all this dick in Atlanta and y'all gotta go to this nigga here?
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand. There are people there's women or people who have uteruses. Let's go with that. Mm-hmm. There are people who with uteruses find themselves in the family web with ain't shit people only because they are postured to be the cat's meow in that particular town. I gotta hand it. I gotta hand it to him. He's done some great PR work to make it seem like he's greater than he really is. You know what I mean? He had the subway, and of course, people aren't gonna check into that. It's like, oh, nigga, he owns the subway. Okay,
right.
That's dope.
Right.
And he has this great come up story that he has convinced himself that is real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's there's way finer, less scammy, less greasy looking niggas than him. But basically my whole rant is I just want people to love themselves a little better so that they don't have to end up with niggas like this.
Yeah. No, because this nigga is... It's just niggas who think they are so much better than what they are, and I just be like, wow, fam, wow. The audacity of it all. But I'm anxious to see now next week, apparently the whites, Rom-Com and Gargoyle, they have a little tiff, which will, editing. I know. I was like, maybe it'll throw a little olive brine into this vanilla situation, but we'll see.
Yeah. So let's take a break. We'll be back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is the blackest show about nothing.
This is Jade and XD. I'm Jade.
And I'm XD.
The show is two best friends talking about anything and everything.
And sometimes we have awesome people on, like Crystal and Kid Fury from The Read.
When I was in high school, there was this girl in my computers class with me. I wish I could remember her name so I could apologize. But I just used to call her Atrocious, as, a pet name, because... Hey, Atrocious! Being someone who was constantly the butt of a joke or picked on or whatever, I just saw this opportunity to, make fun of somebody else, and I did it.
Somebody needs to do a study into silver teeth and the link between the silver tooth to prison pipeline.
Silver tooth to prison pipeline.
And New York Times bestselling author Michael Arsenault.
And Mama kept trying to interject at any moment that she could sing, and it was like, beloved, you're not even the best singer on stage. The girl from Destiny's Child is with the platinum solo album. It's not you.
And of course, there's us,
Jade
and XD.
You can listen to new podcast episodes every week on Fridays.
Listen to Jade and XD
for free on Spotify.
And we're back. Today, we're talking about, great songs written by people who can't really sing.
Yeah.
Or by people who can't really sing.
They can't sing like that, but this knocks.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Who you got?
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to start this off with. Somebody that we love and have and respect very, very much, and we love their music. We really, really do. But she just don't really sing like that. And that would be Rihanna's "You the One."
Oh, okay.
You're the one I've been waiting for all day. And I love, let's be very clear, that's a bad bitch, and I love her. But, she just don't be really singing like that. Let's just, call things. What you got?
That's valid. I don't even have an intro for them, but TLC Creep. None of them have us can sing, even the quote-unquote vocalist, but the songs were there.
That's very
so high. The 22nd of loneliness at a time like we used to do. I get love until the day you wish.
And then they tried to sell us that dream that Chili was like the song, like the hidden songstress.
It's actual and it's factual, and
but still I choose you.
Right, they kept.
Do you know why I'm digging? I'm like, these basic ass.
Only you. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, TLC.
Okay. All right. This song is, I love this song, and she's like super well respected by a lot of people, I guess. But she can't really sing like that. Tropical, the island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita. I prayed that the days would last, they went so fast. Tropical, the island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita. And when the sun La Isla Bonita by Madonna.
Yeah. Okay.
Ring through my ears and sting my eyes, your Spanish lullaby.
That's such an interesting song choice because you could have picked any other song with that one, but okay.
I love that song. That and Take a Bow, my jams, nigga. Those are my jams.
Yeah. Babyface did that. True. This is arguably one of the greatest songs of all time, and also one of the greatest songs that people love to hate. Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac.
Antoinette loves that song.
Once again, whoa, come on. Ooh, yeah.
Well, I got a Sabbath home, but yes, I guess you didn't know.
Oh my God.
Like the sad story gone. Baby, now I got the flow.
You lied to me.
None of the time that I love you. Ooh, that nigga can sing it all, actually.
My mama had that song on replay.
So did my father.
That was their motherfucking jam. That's my mother tucking jam.
Ooh, well, speaking of Babyface, my next selection is Never Keeping Secrets by Babyface.
I only wanna be with you, so I'll never tell a lie. Hey, I wanna make it up to you. No, I'm never keeping secrets.
No, I'm
You don't
never
think Babyface can sing?
Babyface cannot sing like that. Babyface winds the house down.
I only think
If you wanna know, I want you to know that I would lie for you, even if I lie for you, girl. Like, think about it. He begs in different keys.
That's fair.
We can honestly have an entire episode about Babyface and his begging ass songs and begging ass voice. And I'm not saying he don't make
absolutely.
jams, because he makes jams. There's respect is there. That is, but I mean, he ain't the vocalist.
Because he has that song with Pebbles, and he makes him sound like Whitney fucking Houston. So, like Luther Vandross. So,
saying. What'd you say? What you got?
Oh, honey. I love this song. And I really want Chaka Khan to take it, but she never will. And I know we give her a lot of flack because it's warranted.
Mm-hmm.
But Waiting for Tonight by Jennifer Lopez will forever knock.
Waiting for tonight. Oh, when you would be here in my arms. Waiting for tonight. Oh, I've dreamed of this love for so long.
Okay, because
the movie scene, take my breath away. On about a people never. That's how I used to say all alone in my bed and tossing and turning
all alone in my bed. Because my next selection is Jennifer Lopez, Get Right.
So much we've got to say, but so little time. And if tonight ain't long enough, don't leave love behind. Baby, take my hand.
You're looking just a little too hard at me. You're staring just a little too close to me. That is that. It's just the night, and we can be closer to the night, and we can get jams, but that bitch cannot sing at all. What you got?
Because if I say what I want to say, I'm gonna be considered very shady.
And when you're not.
Okay, well, she is an icon, yes, but she is not a vocalist.
I know exactly where you're going right now.
Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going.
I cry watching the days. Can't you see I'm a fool in so many ways? But to lose all my senses.
Oh, well, I agree with that. Yeah, that girl can't sing like that.
But
Oh,
Oops, I Did It Again
baby.
is a motherfucking jam.
Now, I did watch the
Framing Britney.
I watched it because apparently it's 6 parts.
Yeah, but we don't. I don't need to know
Nigga, I won't
how
be
much
doing
she's been
that.
wronged.
I won't be doing that. And there's only just so. No, that's too brave. Too brave.
Yep.
Okay. Because you knew exactly where I was going, right?
Absolutely, and I agree wholeheartedly.
My remorse is limited for a certain demographic.
Yeah, and because I was like, because I had the same dilemma.
However, I did watch that first episode, and off that alone, I said, well, I don't need to see no more. I can see the girl has had a hard run, and I feel bad for her at the maximum capacity that I can feel bad in that arena. Oh, that was good, girl. You pat on the back, Jade. Pat on the back, bitch. Okay, this knocks boots. But this nigga cannot sing. Girl, I'm in love with you, baby, and I want you to know that I'm hooked on your body, and I'm trying to be yours. She rocking that shit like Rocking That Shit by The Dream.
She under my shirt, I'm under her bra. She said, take it if you want it. And we made love to the first light of morning. So we did it, done it, get it, got it. Ooh, 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 baby.
Yeah. That's okay.
That's Nissan Maxima music, baby.
It is. It is.
There's a couple of them on here. There's a couple. What you got?
Okay, now I'm gonna be shady.
Okay.
This woman is also an icon.
I feel like this is where you were going the first time, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, she's an icon. In her own right.
You're about to say something controversial. You're brave. Go ahead.
But I Try by Macy Gray.
Oh, that is not who I was thinking. You know what always makes me laugh about that song? It's like one part of the song where she just stopped giving a fuck, and her ad libs sound like she's doing cartwheels. Cause she's like, I try to say goodbye and I choke, and she's like, hey.
Every time
she running through the park, she like, hey, and I stumbled.
Like she's like coming out of like a Valtrex commercial.
Yes. Do not eat grapefruit or drink grapefruit juice. Oh my God. That tart be taking me down. That is not where I thought you were going. Okay, good. I think I'm going to enter the portion where we get a little shady for a second. I had a couple more of some other ones, but I'll save those for another playlist. The first one of this particular arena is by a gentleman by the name of Ja Cure, and he sounds like he's eating a lot of cheese before he sings this song. What am I longing for? My baby love me more. What am it's longing for.
What am I longing for? My baby to love me more. What am I longing for? Come and release the cure.
He sings like he's like shitting. He does.
I'm like, damn, Ja Cure is always constipated. Who you got? What you got next?
They are also iconic.
Is this where I thought it was about to...
They're also iconic, but they cannot sing well. But they have great music.
We almost there.
Spice Up Your Life by Spice Girls.
Damn, no bingo yet.
And I'm doing it on purpose because I know what you think I'm going to...
I'm like, shit, this nigga will not let me get lottery. Okay, well, I'm going to stay in my same arena, and instead of a Ja Cure, now we have a Ja Mason, which I have mentioned this song before, but I played it for Dustin the other day, and he about lost his shit. And that is Ja Mason's Princess Gone.
Yo, my princess gone, far, far away. And she left me, I know.
My princess gone, far, far away. Go listen to Princess Gone by Ja Mason. What you got next? You're about to, I don't know, I'm starting to feel like Paige. Like, I'm starting to feel like Paige, and you're not telling me.
Because the problem is it's not me who's being shady. It's you being shady for thinking of who you want me to say, but I won't. Because I can't disrespect the people in my age group.
No, and I would no, and we love them so much.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
They're just no vocalists.
Yeah, no. This next artist is an icon too. They are they're not somebody that I listen to often. Most people don't, except if you're like a particular type of person. They were portrayed on RuPaul's Drag Race during Snatch Game. But it's Oh So Quiet by Bjork.
You blow a fuse, sing from the time we can't lose, sing from, so what's the use? Wow, of falling in.
Oh, I love Bjork.
Can't say. She makes Teletubby noises and shit like that.
She does, but I love it.
Oh yeah, no, the bitch is crazy, but I stand.
I'm going hunting. I'm the hunter.
Mm-hmm.
It is like oh, we're like Britney's grandma. What's that bitch named the penguin? What was a bitch named Jackie?
Oh, Jackie.
She's like, okay. All right. I think maybe we should do like 2 or 3 more each.
Yeah.
So one of my last selections is by a young lady named Alaine. And she's got a few songs that are all pretty much to the same rhythm. It's lovely. I love them. Beautiful gowns, great gowns. Beautiful girl. Gorgeous songs. Just not the song Stress. And this one is Love of a Lifetime.
And I can see my whole future in your eyes. I don't believe when they say love is blind. I can see clearly.
And then we got a love of a lifetime. I used to listen to a lot of reggae mixtapes. Like,
yeah, that's clearly where. Because I'm like, even I don't know That's a real deep into
She got
your
another
reggae
one
goals.
called No Ordinary Love. Like, no, I used to listen to the rhythms, nigga. Like, I used to wear mesh shirts,
deep rhythm.
nigga. You saw that lime green mesh shirt that I had on? Stop.
I did. Don't trust me.
The year was 2003. Okay, what you got?
My next second to the last song is an epic song. It's a very angry song by a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
But it's Fuck It, I Don't Want You Back by Iman.
What I do admit I've said it hurts real bad. I can't sweat that cause I love the hoe. Fuck what I said, it don't mean shit now. Fuck the presents, might as well go back.
Fuck what I said, it don't mean shit now.
Yeah.
Fuck
If
what I
you
said.
hoe, I don't want you back.
Oh, I forgot about that song. Let's see. How do I want to do my second to last? He's an icon, and we speak about him often. You know, we'll put some respect on his name, too, and won't call him the king of rocks and blunts like Exley said the other week.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Rock With You by Bobby Brown.
Feeling so strong, I wanna ride with you, baby, all night long. Rockin', rollin', rollin', rock, make a sweet love, don't you ever stop.
I wanna rock with you, baby, all night long. I wanna roll with you, baby. Feeling so
strong.
I wanna ride with you, baby. What you got?
My very last song is, we've been talking about 2003 a lot, but I do wanted to give something from that era, something that was all over the place, and that is still iconic today. Angel by Amanda Perez.
God sent me an angel from the heavens above. Sent me an angel to heal my broken heart from being in love. That's all I do.
I found an angel.
Since you went away. I have another one too, because it was either going to be Sugar Sugar by Baby Bash and Frankie J.
I hate that song so much. I just not knock.
It does. Sugar,
how you get
fly.
so fly. I hate that fucking song. But I'm about to put it on Tidal and see what kind of playlist I can produce. I mean, on Spotify.
Yeah.
So y'all did. That's not in my contract. I said what I want.
Yeah. No
Okay.
Joe Budden here.
What's my last one gonna be? Anything by Keisha Cole? No. So I don't like music like that. I think Okay. All right. I'll make this my last one. I was gonna do Belle Biv DeVoe, When Will I See You Smile Again, but we've done that on many playlists, but that nigga cannot sing. But that's not going to be my last selection. My last selection is actually a very beautiful song, and he makes a lot of beautiful music, but if we really sit back and sit with it, this nigga he can't sing like that. And that would be Music Soul Child's So Beautiful.
I wanna give my love to you, girl. Not just tonight, but the rest of your life. I wanna be always here by your side. Girl, that you know, so beautiful. I wanna be
so beautiful, so beautiful.
Girl, don't you know, so beautiful.
Beautiful.
I wanna give all my love to you, girl. Not just for now, for the rest of your life. You're my baby. my lover, my lady. It's a gorgeous song, but the nigga can't sing like that. I want to hard to kiss you. What you feel? Just because you can go high don't mean you can sing. Now the nigga makes great music, songwriting. Okay, yes. Philly just produced unicorns.
How could you go around? You hurt me so. I tried so hard to keep you, baby.
I don't even know. Yes.
Like, he would be the type to sing a poem.
Yeah, exactly.
Where that nigga was from earlier, because I needed to know if he was from Philadelphia or not, because
Antoinette would have definitely cussed you out.
Because if it was spoken word in Philadelphia, then I'd be like, oh, well, it'd be like a Roots video.
Right?
Yeah.
But
but
they don't do the cadence like that, because if you put Black Thought on a date, that nigga's not going to talk to you in the cadence, but he would still have bars. See, it's the cadence that fucks it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
I can take a nigga and be like, we used to live in the same building on the same floor. Like, okay, that's cool, but I can't be like, we used to live in the same building on the same floor.
Did I ever tell you I, peed next to Black Thought?
Yeah, you did. I love that for you.
That was also, Chadwick Boseman was there too, R.I.P.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
In the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Peeing?
He's washing his hands, but yeah.
Oh, look at y'all. Oh, that's a brotherhood. I love that.
Yeah, we all shared a bathroom,
that's an intimate moment.
BC.
Right? That's a bit intimate
before COVID.
Moment. That's an intimate moment. That's like that time. Yeah. We're just going to bring it up anytime we want. That's like that time Don Cheadle and M'Baku said,
yeah. They're like, hey.
It was just such a real nigga moment. It just was a feel-good real nigga moment.
Gosh.
Because it was only 6 of us out there in LA on that corner.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you were famous or not, it was just 6 niggas on a corner.
Yeah. Nigging it up.
Yeah. So that's another episode, y'all.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. As a reminder, make sure you go subscribe to our Patreon.
Yes.
We do have a disclaimer. Yes, we are getting to the audition tapes. We got a lot of them, so please give us a moment. I know we have reached out to you. We owe you emails, but it's just 2 of us. So, and we still have to put out content at the same time. So, give us a minute, and we'll get to you. Don't keep submitting too. We have some really good folks.
Yeah, we do. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, until next time, see ya. Titties. Bye.